Hello, it's Jussi/Jussi9/Raataja, and this is a basic logic gate guide. So to begin, we need to understand what these do. And these are the rules that we give to the inputs, and then if the rules are true, the gate gives a positive output or true. Output can only be a logic number, or it can be some button T up, but they don't work, they don't do anything with any movement parts. So let's first make it simple. We give it a up arrow, and it checks, this first gate checks whether this combination gives true. So if I press the button up, it gives true. So you can see when I press the button, the light lights up. This gate checks whether the second set of inputs is true. Now there's nothing set, so it gives nothing. The last gate here gives a rule to these two gates. So as it's OR, it sees whether either one of these is true. And now we have output of 1. Let's put it to the swivels. And when I press up, the drone goes up. This is pretty basic, as you can also put just the up arrow straight on the swivels, but OR gate can be useful if you want it to be different, if you want to have multiple inputs for the same thing. So now if I press any of these 4 buttons, R, T, G, up arrow, all of them make the swivel spin. But when the logic gates truly start to shine is in cooperation with sensors. So what we can do, for example, with a distance sensor here, we can set it to recognize altitude. Let's give it a altitude of 70, for example, and then it gives an output of 9 if this is true. Now I don't always remember which way it goes, if it's like above that or below that it gives true, but you can check the light is on, so this means now this sensor is giving true. So I guess it's below the altitude of 70. So with logic gate, we can put an up arrow here and the number 9 here, and we put this as an AND. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Because there's no output. Let's put the output back to the swivels. So now, when I try to fly above 70 units, it stops the engines. So, and here you can check if you have problems diagnosing what's wrong. You can see at the logic gate, as long as I keep pressing the up arrow, the first light there is on, but the second is not. The second is only on below the 70 height. And if I let go of the up arrow, it falls down even though it's below 70, because it's now checking if both of these are true with the AND function. And the logic gate always has the big light shows whether the combination is true or false. Another way to do this is put the gate input 9 there, make both of these first gates OR and make the last gate AND. Now it does exactly the same thing, just you can see the little light has changed place. Now altitude sensor is a bit inaccurate for flight control, at least with propellers or in this form, but it can be used for the landing gear. So if we let's make the landing gear extend by input of 21 and 10. We don't actually need logic gate for this, we can just make the altitude sensor give 21 when below. Let's reduce this a little, say 40. Oh, now the propellers don't work. Put that back to OR. Now you can see the landing gear works automatically. The pistons are now set at auto retract, so they only extend when the sensor tells them to. A lot better way, usually, at least in drone form, to control the falling. Well, this is an entirely different setup, but let's make it so that the drone hovers at a certain height. Well, not certain height. We want to be able to control it. So let's give it an output of 3, and now if it senses motion to downwards, then it gives the output of 3. Now we go back to the logic gate and let's say let's put the 3 as input, and now both, if I press up or if the sensor gives 3, it rolls the blades, the propellers. And as you can see, I'm not pressing anything, but just when the distance sensor recognizes it's falling, starting to fall, then it makes the swivel spin. Now there's one problem with this, I cannot go down. So what we don't want to do then, we use the NOR gate, one too much, and then we need to put AND here, so both of these need to be true, so that I'm not pressing any button, and the sensor is giving 3, then it hovers. If I press down, it stops hovering. Now the problem is I cannot go up. So what we want to do instead is leave the down arrow at the NOR gate in the first one and put up in the OR section. Oops. Now if I press up, it goes up. If I let go, it stays still. And if I press down, it starts to fall. Now this can be a bit confusing, especially in the beginning, and after a while still if you're making something complicated. So it's important to test the stuff. It's a lot of trial and error, at least for me, but this, I hope, gets you started. So thanks, bye.